Peace, peace, peace. Give folks a little bit of time to come on up in here as I sit outside. I haven't done this from here before, so, you know, decided that this is as good a place as any to sit and bring this message on through. I'm going to invite y'all to get to meet this is my fern. She likes being outside. She likes being outside way more than she likes being inside. This is what she looks like. You can see her pot. That's her pot down there. Can you see it? There's her pot down there. But this is my fern, and she likes being outside. You can see my other plant popping out on top. Hi, y'all. Folks are jumping on in here. Okay. So, I have some information I really want to bring on through, and it showed up. I was going to talk about it yesterday, but it was confirmed today why I needed to go ahead and bring this on out. One, it's a part of my process of walking in my power and my authority to state what it is true as it relates to what comes through me. And if this resonates with you, yay. If it doesn't, that's okay too. But I'm going to share what's happening. So many of you who follow me would know. Thank you all for coming on in here. Let me know if this resonates as we go forward. Many of you are aware that we're living in what they will call unprecedented times. And this unprecedented time of everything being turned upside down. Like so much being turned upside down, right? And so with all of these things, we call this, Carolyn Meese, she spoke of it as, never before, never, 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 never. Everything is, we've never seen anything like this. This is Never Neverland. We are now understanding we are living inside of a zone, a period of time, an energetic vortex, right? And if you are sensitive, you might have recognized that the veil, that piece that kept things from one side and the other side, you had to know how to get through it. That thing has been snatched down. It's been shredded. There is nothing keeping us from this understanding, right? Because the world is changing. The energetics on the earth are changing. And it's making it where human beings are awakening to their light, regardless of whether or not they're ready or not. We're being elevated. We're being called higher, whether you're ready or not. But what we understand is, at a certain point, you are held accountable to learn what you must, to do what you need to do. This is not about sacral authority and around our, not sacral, but solar plexus of your passions, what you want, and just passions are important. But our appetites can keep us in trouble. Our appetites, because that's how we got in trouble. A lot of us are healing bloodlines. We're healing things from our family. We have had energies that are preyed on our family bloodlines for a while. And so some of us have come through these spaces with the intent or with the purpose of lifting it up. Some of us are lifting things up. We are lifting it up. And so as a part of that, some of you know I've had an energy of someone who revealed themselves to me to let me know, oh, this person wants to feed off my energy. I looked out and I began to witness others who are having the same experience of someone trying to feed off their energy, or showing up in a predatory way. Do you think that we're going to get clean and ascend into the light without a challenge? That those energies that have feasted on our purity and ignorance and our agreements to false doctrines, do you think that they would give us up so easily? No, honey, they're not. So it is a time to get ready, to be ready, to stay ready, to recognize what will be necessary for you to activate your own sovereignty an awareness of what's happening. Some of us are not going to recognize what's happening, but we're going to notice it. We may not have the language. I spoke with a friend of mine. We spoke about hummingbirds and things that we're trying to get to the hummingbirds. She's someone who represents hummingbird energy. That's her energy. And so she had these things that we're trying to get to the hummingbirds. Hello. These energies that we're trying to get to the hummingbirds. What are they saying? What are we saying? What's trying to maybe get to her energy? Some people, this may or may not resonate with you. But I need you all to become heightened in your vigilance, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones, in your prayer work, in your energetic shielding work, in your Thanksgiving work, in your consciousness towards decisions and agreements and things that you decide to say are true. A lot of times we say, okay, to things that we do not need to be giving agreement to, because when we do give agreement to, it creates relationships with things that are not healthy for us. The other thing that comes up and is coming through that is important for me to say, for those of us in the northern hemisphere, we are moving. Thank you so much, Sabira. Thank you so much, because you are a warrior, so you understand, right? For those of us in the northern hemisphere, we're coming to the end of what has been our summer season, and the days are growing short. A time for being able to move in the darkness. Some of us have had many experiences and episodes of having to move through the darkness, through the triggers, through the pain. We cannot afford to simply be being puppeteered by our triggers. We can no longer afford to be puppeteered by our triggers. You know, as we are looking out, it's 2020, y'all. 2020 says it all. We don't even have to think about what could be next. Anything could be next. Anything could show up at the end of this month or as we move into October. But I do see November coming up. We don't know what's going to happen on the other side of November 3rd. We know the holidays will show up. We know that all of this energy is going to happen, and we're going to move into 2021. We're going to hit that winter solstice point, the darkest night, the longest night of the year. This is a time when those of us who carry the light and our own authority, our own sovereignty, need to know how to be the light in dark places. So if you've not been minding your own matters of your heart, of divine will, of having the knowledge of doing what one must, being convicted in your spirit to do what you must do, not just your appetites. See, that's what fasting does. Fasting helps you get out of the way of your appetites. You know, discipline helps you get out of the way of your appetites, because those can be puppeteered, manipulated. They can be shifted by things that are not your own. So I'm just sharing with you all as we are moving through this time, as we're in this time of unprecedented change. This is a time to sit at peace and witness your own self. We don't have time for shame. We have to live in accountability. We don't have time for guilt. We have to move in the time of changed behaviors, acknowledgement of behaviors. We don't have time for denying and anger. We have to find ways of how to use that anger for fuel to say, I will do what I must. And we have to learn how to rely on breath and how to settle ourselves. This is how you move in the dark of this unprecedented time. And we hold a vision, that vision that comes from our heart. Yes, sis, discipline is what leads to self-leadership, self-sovereignty. See, many things were able to be allowed in our world for a time. It was allowed. All things were allowed, even though they weren't allowed. Universal law said no. Spiritual teaching said no. But we said, because this happened to me, then I can. Or because this is just how it is. We gave ourselves permission to agree to certain kinds of behaviors. It's no longer. Integrity and high integrity is absolutely the highest currency that any of us can actually begin utilizing to keep ourselves whole and intact as we're walking through this time of never, never. Therefore, we have to be ready to come out and play regardless of whether or not we want to. We have to listen to spirit. We have to listen to the nudges. We have to listen to our own authority, what comes up through us. It may not come up for your other people, but that's okay, because it will be for you. What's for you is for you. We have to listen. We have to tune in. We're about to move into times that if we think, remember, we started off the year with fire in South America, in Australia. That's how we started this thing off, with fire. In the middle of the winter, fires down under, so it was their summer. Here we are now, September, and the West Coast is burning. For those who don't know, there's floodings happening. We still are in hurricane season. There's the winds, the earth, the elements are speaking to us, right? Things are changing. It's not a time for fear. Absolutely not. It is a time to understand and to yield and become humbled to this great work and to the light that shines from within. We have to become the hollow bones. We have to become the window through which light shines. This is the call. How do we become a light? That will be for you to find out. Everyone has a blueprint inside of self. Everyone has a blueprint. And as we begin to self-understand, that is the key to self-mastery. Self-accept. You have to self-accept. I'm telling you. You got to get out of anything that makes you feel shameful, that makes you feel guilt, that brings you anger. All of your appetites, look at them. Those will be the ways, all the things that you are lazy about, you don't feel like doing, all the things, those become the thing in which we don't want to do, will become the thing that we will be so grateful we did. We will become so grateful we did. Because we stayed in harmony with the time. The time is saying prepare. All over the place it's saying prepare. And there's going to be those who absolutely do not want to do this work. But we've been given the stories over and over again. I think about Noah and the ark, right? And I'm not a Christian, but I love a good story. There's so much truth in the stories, right? He tried to tell them. Then he just went to work and built what he was told to build. He became obedient to the call of his own spirit. He said, I'm going to do this work because I know to do this work. And I want y'all to be safe, but I'm going to do this work because I was told to do this work. And it didn't matter. He just did that work. That's what's happening. There will be many people resistant to making these changes, who only wanted to go back to what it was, who wanted to get back to normal, not realizing that going through this time of never, never, this is the portal. This is the zone in which we're elevating into a new reality. And those of us who are ready for the elevation, ready for the transformation, ready to do this work, to carry us and all of our brokenness with us, that's our medicine. Kina, dishwater, I talk about her regularly. I honor her name. She is a goddess who's never not broken. As those who have survived this reality, that's the maturation process of the divine feminine. It's the maturation process of humanity. We have to carry this. We have to own it. We can't deny it. That's integrity and accountability. This is why it's the currency that's being called for. So ready or not, we gonna have to play. And if I'm sure I'm not the only one who is ready about it, be about my sacred agreement work. Come on now. We all done made these agreements, even if we don't realize it. Like, I ain't make no agreements. I can't tell you what to believe. I can't tell you what to agree to. That's not my job. That's not my authority. I'm only saying what I say, and if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know? But I'm letting you all know the veil is thin. The manipulations are going to get stronger because many people are deciding they no longer want to be fed on. And they're going to do the work to keep themselves safe. They're going to shield up. They're going to create these agreements. In fact, I've written them. I've started writing proclamations of how to claim sovereign space and safety for myself and my family. I've done this work. There are those out there, eventually, I may be called to share what I've written as an activation code for those who resonate with me, who might say, let me hear what you've written, and I may chant this incantation as well. You may be ready to write your own. Write your own. Claim it. There's a reason why these psalms are showing up, because I'm realizing these were activation codes. They were given activations on how to move through dangerous times, because we've never not had dangerous times. So figure these things out. Call them into your spirit, into yourself, so that you can be safe out here, because the predators, for those of us who are doing our work to stay safe, it's going to make those people who are not doing what they're supposed to do that much more of a smorgasbord. They're going to feast on you more. Energy that might have been feasting on some of us about in our bloodlines, you know, they're going to come for others, because I'm shielding up. I'm shielding up to move through and pass through this time. It's sort of like knowing how to self-protect yourself from the mark. The mark is in our blood, in the agreements that we have inside of ourselves. It's almost like a beacon that says, get them. Get them. So if we don't want to be sending off a beacon to say, I'm here, by operating in that same low way, especially if you're someone who has said, I'm planning to do and go higher. If you made the agreement and made the commitment within your own self that you are going to go do, be higher, do that work, lean deeper into your trust, lean deeper into your practices. Your meditations will become the place where Spirit will show you. And you will have to be convicted by your own heart. This is good. This is good. This is necessary. We must move through the things that make us uncomfortable. This is important. So, integrity, accountability, moving through learning how to shield up, how to shield up as we walk out here in this world, how to shield our others. There's a reason why our mothers, and they would say these prayers, a praying grandma. Y'all heard these songs. I had a praying grandma, I had a praying mama. You better activate from your heart. And let's do this work. Because there's a brand new world waiting for you and for me. For those of us who call, there's a brand new world waiting. And I am ready and willing to do the work to enter in to that new space, to enter in to that new place, to that new calling, to the high calling. As I'm ready to do the work, I'm doing the work. I can't wait for y'all to see what happens when Amma does the work. I want you all to witness me do my own work. I'm going to be free. I am free, and I'm going to do the work to stay free. I am free, and I will do the work to stay free, and I will continue to share with you and bring what I have to you so that we can be free together, because it ain't no fun if I can't be there with my people. I need community. I think my neighbor's family's coming in to check on them. Sending light and love. How are you? I'm sorry, I didn't want to speak. So yes, I'm doing well, thank you. I think the pups know you're here. Yes. So, sending light and love to you all, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however ways. I'm doing a video. But same thing, I'm sending light and love to you as well. I'm grateful you're bringing food to drink. Yes. This is good. But brothers and sisters of the light, we are here to do this work. So this is what it looked like. There are things afoot. Pay attention to the signs. Know who is for you and who is against you, and look for the subtle signs. Just pay attention to it. You don't have to know the message yet. You may not need to know what it means just yet. You don't have to know what it means just yet to witness it. And be like, That's what that was. I know. But you were on guard. So it doesn't catch you unaware, right? It don't catch you slipping. That's a big part of those who operate in certain kinds of disciplines, certain martial disciplines, certain life disciplines. It teaches you awareness. You understand how energy moves because you witness it. You've learned how to work with it. So I'm done. I'm about to take myself back inside and get back into some work. I'm sitting here, like I said, surrounded by my nature. I'll show you here my pothos. A pothos has come back to life sitting outside. They weren't doing so well. I had to bring them out to get some sunshine. They're doing much better now. Say bye to my Boston fern. My fern sitting out here with these other ferns. It looks so good. It wasn't looking this good, but it looks so good right now. It's different now. It used to be underneath this thing right here. It used to be underneath it. Now the leaves are coming all up and over it. So yes, I'm in my garden. And I'm going to keep doing this work. Pay attention, y'all. Ready or not, it's time to play. Ready or not, it's time to play.